Hey everybody, Nerd Transformed here again. And about a year ago, I did a review of like a lot of dollar store toys I found and really bad knockoffs. And it was like Lego and Ninjas and weird rubber dragon thing. And I went to my Family Dollar about 2 days ago and found a lot more. This time though, it's mostly robots. Starting with this here, Xbox Swap-A-Bot. Yes, I have opened up all these figures before, just because, you know, with Transformers kind of stuff, I won't kind of know what I'm doing. This is definitely the worst of them. I've seen these in all kinds of sizes at different dollar stores. This seems to be the smallest one I found, but I have found them in like about this big and even bigger. And this is the worst one. Yeah, that's not, I didn't take tapering away. That's exactly how he comes out of the package. Just that easy. He's really sticky and nasty feeling. Like, really sticky, nasty feeling. You can see it does come with these two weapons, which could be kind of fun for some customizing maybe. And it looks like the whole point of this toy is that you can take them apart and swap the other parts with other robots, even though they're all the same parts. But I guess you can have like different colors and such. And don't really have any articulation, it's all like swivels everywhere, like, you know, there. Arm, swivel at the elbow, swivel at the knee, at the leg, which does allow for outward movement too. Swivel, and swivel. And then at the waist, unfortunately, and it's just very nasty feeling. I mean, you can already see my fingers already like this black dust gathering up. But the gimmick does work well. He hasn't fallen apart yet. He hasn't broken, but I don't see any stress marks either. Let's see. Can we... Yeah, everything's separating okay. It hasn't broken yet. Oh, that's a very loose joint on the leg part. Foot, yep. What about this? Oh, yeah, those pop up okay too. Head, yep. So, yep, there's your whole gimmick. Ugh, that's really nasty. I mean, the sculptings on these are okay. This is, like, extremely light, though. Like, my god, that is, like, light. The arm's heavier. This piece of arm right here is heavier than his chest piece. So, yeah, I can rearrange the parts. I could put his hip joint where his shoulder was, or that shoulder cam was, or I could take the shoulder cannon and put it where his arm is supposed to be. And yeah, I don't recommend this for your kids. I mean, it's a cool idea for a gimmick, but it doesn't really lead anywhere, and it's just really nasty feeling. So let's get that out of the way. On to something a bit cooler. This one I have heard about. Mars Converters. Dino Force. They have a whole bunch of these that were all $10 each. Oh yeah, by the way, this nasty piece of thing was $2. This is a bit more my thing. You know, we got clearly a transformer because we got a dragon mode here, and then you can't see it because the sticker right here is a robot mode you see on the back. Yep, we go dragon robot mode. So I have heard about Mars Converters, more specifically about the ones down here, and these are like the ones I've heard are pretty good, the car ones. But I saw this and I figured why not give it a try. And here we have him out of the packaging. The Mars Converter Dragon. And yeah, I am starting with robot mode since that's what he comes as out of the package. So does he have a name on here? Does not look like it. It's just called Mars Converter Cybertronics. Oh, here we go. Coldy Dragon, and he has some stats if you're interested. So yeah, there he is, and he has a very Bumblebee-like head. Clearly supposed to be a knockoff Bumblebee. As far as accessories, he just comes with his tail here, and his wings are separate pieces in the packaging, so you do have to attach those, as you can see. Just a simple little round piece. And he's not bad looking. I mean, again, clearly kind of going for a Bumblebee aesthetic here. Oh yeah, the head does not move at all. But he doesn't look too bad. His legs are a little oddly long. I wish they kind of like pushed down, but not expecting too much for this kind of thing. And his hand looks kind of broken because his hand's way below where his arm is. So it makes him look like he has a very broken hand. Looks like his wrist got pushed down or something. But it's pretty solid. The joints aren't loose. I mean, it's really not a bad toy. It doesn't feel nasty like the other one did. I'm not sure I would recommend it for a child still because I don't know what kind of poisonous lead paint they got on this, but I've been messing with it a couple days and washing my hands and such. I haven't gotten sick yet, so I'd say it's probably alright. Got ball joints in the arms, got 2 elbows with a swivel between the elbow. The hand does move. The wings, this is pretty nice, have both movement here, a hinge here, and they also have a swivel here, so you can actually get a lot of different poses with them. You can have them like roosting or something. So that is pretty nice. The legs are the same thing as the arms. You got ball joint here, got 2 knee joints with a swivel in the middle. You do get an ankle joint. It does have 3 different clicks. There's the middle, back, and front. So for a knockoff, he's not bad. I do think he could use some more paint and detail, because he's mostly all smooth and such. And yeah, the head does look a little stupid, I think. But he's not bad. And the hands, yeah, the hands do bug me. But yeah, with some work, he could be a really cool toy. And of course, he can hold the sword, or his tail, and it does look kind of like a sword. Or you could also fold the hand up, have it peg into the bottom of his hand, give him a sword arm. So you can do that too. I don't really like the claws just hanging off right there, and I do not like how far the hands go down, but yeah, I've seen worse with knockoffs. At least he actually holds together pretty long. No, not even loose joints either. So give him into his mighty dragon mode. We're going to fold the hands up, put the claws over him, and then basically he's going to pull a cheator. So go ahead and bring all these out. I kind of like to do the digigrade on the legs to kind of make them down a bit more. Then you're going to come to, go ahead and point the wings up to get them out of the way, so you can see what I'm doing. Bring the hips down, you're going to move this little orange scale piece upward, and then just kind of try to get the back legs line up with the front legs. Same thing on this side. Go ahead and spread the wings out. And last thing is this whole back piece right here comes down, double hinge over the head, and then you straighten the head forward. And there, oh, and one more thing for striking mode. Take his tail, you can see on this side it has these little scales on top. So you peg it in like that, and it's a pretty solid fit in there too. And there you have, what was it, Coldy Dragon? Where is it? Where's this button? Yeah, Coldy Dragon. Or Goldie, sorry. Goldie, that's a G. There you have the mighty Goldie Dragon in his dragon mode. And he's not bad. My main complaint with this mode is that, for one thing, he's kind of got like a really small body, and his legs just, with how big his legs are, they just kind of look like they're crammed under this small body. And that's a problem for both robot, an aesthetic problem for both robot and dragon mode, but oh well. The main problem is, this head is not locked in at all, in either mode. At least in robot mode, it's held in by gravity, and here it is too, but it really doesn't hold over the head at all. It's just sitting there. And at least over here, it has grooves that kind of sit in. Here it's grooved, but it looks, they have like these grooves going all the way down on either side of the robot head. And it looks like maybe there's originally a different head here or something, because it looks like it can go down farther. And the head can't go anywhere. It doesn't swivel, it doesn't fold down or anything. Chest doesn't do anything either, despite having this little flippy piece here. Looks like a flippy piece. So I don't know what's going on with that. He does have pretty much the same articulation in this mode, with the included claw ankle joints here, if you so wish to use them. And the head does have a hinge here. So yeah, he's not bad. As far as Mars converters go, they're less knockoffs because they don't really steal anything. They're just kind of doing their own thing, but clearly based on Transformers. And their designs can be a bit odd, but I don't think they're bad. And they don't have a like I said, they don't feel all nasty or anything. So I would say get one. If you want to get one stuff for your kids, get one and put take some peroxide or alcohol, wipe it all down, and then hand it to your kid. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty cool little toy. If I was a kid, I think I'd enjoy this a lot more. So he's not bad. He's solid. He's not breaking. He's not all nasty like a lot of other knockoffs are. He's not brittle, so this is a pretty good toy. I feel like a kid could toss this around a bit. Kind of reminds me of the GoBots, the Transformers GoBots from like the early 2000s. It's kind of got that chibi aesthetic to it, you know? So, on to the main reason for this review. We have something that is a complete knockoff. Although not of Transformers, but pretty close. Switch Tech, the hero legend. Combine 3 into one gigantic robot. Gigantic robot. Robot mode. Switch mode. Switch mode. The fuck? And as you can see, we got back, shows all the different modes. Shows how to get into combined mode. And yeah, that's your only instructions. Mars Converter Goldie Dragon here actually came with his own instruction sheet. This, which is a lot more complex, did not. It gives you all the pictures, sure, but And if you're wondering what this is a knockoff of, it's a knockoff of the Brave series. Let's see, X-Kaiser Godmax? Yeah, X-Kaiser Godmax from the Brave series. And Brave series is their long-going Gundam style / Transformer thing that's been going on since like the 80s, I think. Probably 70s. And we'll go ahead and get out the 3 vehicles it comes with. So we have what I'm gonna call not Jetfire, not Hot Rod, and not Drill Tank. Drill Tank from the... Oh, wait, if we got Drill Tank and a Jet and all that, why don't we just call them the not Computron? Yeah, that'll work for now. So you can see these, from what I've looked up with Godmax, these are actually pretty much the same figures, just a lot cheaper made, a bit bigger, and weirdo colors. And I have seen other weird colors for them. Like I've seen these in green and bright yellow, and basically colors not supposed to be, because I believe Tank here is supposed to be a black. This is supposed to be yellow, I think, and this is supposed to be blue. I could be wrong on that. Let me fix my camera. There we go. But these, once again, not quite as high quality as Goldie Dragon was, but better than this piece of crap here. At least they still feel nasty. But they are cheaply made. You can see it's got that really nasty silver kind of thing, cheap paint, all that. Thank God most of this is not paint. Most of this is just molding colors. And they also have some accessories. We got a sword, a rapier, and a giant axe of doom. And we're going to start with the jet first. Kind of got cool details. Got little stars here. Got little arrow military things here. Bullets for some reason. And not too much else. Pretty clear little robot head just sitting there. And on the bottom is just... Yep, typical Brave series of just robots kind of hiding a lot of it, stuff on the bottom. But he does have pull-down landing gear. And it seems like they got the mold pretty much perfectly from the original. Just a lot looser. Vehicle's got pretty much the same thing. Got all the right deco for it. Got the flames. Got this thunderbolt inside. Got number 2. Yeah, number 1, number 2, number 3. Number 1 is right there on the side of it. Jetter. Number 2 is Chaz. I also have this little switch gimmick for all 3 of them. And that could help with robot mode to kind of blend that in on the top, because you see now it's all orange on the inside. Or you can flip around and have the engine block on the inside. Whichever you prefer, works for robot mode too. And finally, the drill tank. And it's a pretty nice little drill tank. These pieces are separate and will fall off, but they do spin since they're just pegged in. And the top tank turret does spin around. And it's a okay little vehicle, but this does not hold on at all. It is supposed to come off because of the combined mode, but still just does not hold on. And no, there's no way to store these on their belt that there was on the original either. So, let's get them into their robot modes. Starting with Jetter here. Fold the landing gear up. Fold its landing gear up to form his feet. Bring these back to the back. Go ahead and bring these backward too. Fold up his shoulder guards. Go ahead and extend the legs. Give him some knees. Or maybe hip joints in this case. And my camera is not working with me today. Go ahead and grab this. You might actually have to bring the head and all that out of the way. Grab the front jet, and I really hate these clips on these things because they're always supposed to go break. Alright, get down. Bring it all down. Grab the head. Bring it forward to there. And close that up. There you have Jetter in his little robot mode. Oh, camera, would you please work with me? As for Chaz here, go and grab the whole front of this, and the robot head stays there, so you just bring it back, and it is on this little clip. Spin the robot head around, give him his beautiful face. Come down here, and the legs will actually split. You actually grab them, they do split. Then you're going, and the reason you want to do it first is because that gives him clearance to fold the legs down and not catch on his arm panels. And these 2 little panels fold out for his feet. Come here, fold the arm all the way out to give him his shoulder blades. And fold the arm piece down, give him these tiny, tiny little arms. Him and Jitter have really tiny arms. And get the fist out, and it doesn't want to come out because it's a cheap knockoff. And I don't have nails. Come on. There we go. Yeah, I tend to use the axe on this guy because he's Really, really tiny little. Just barely able to get in there. Even when I had fingernails, it was hard to get it in there. Probably should not have cut my nails, but oh well. So, there we go. We have Chaz in his robot mode. And finally, we're going to do, no name here. He does not? Does he have his name somewhere on him? Not that I can see. Alright. Technically, you don't need to remove this, but it's just easier to do so. Then drills are going to fall off. So, come to the back here. Flip up all these little feet. This side's technically the Mega Robot, but it does act as heels, so guys flip them out too. Flip the tank treads at the back around. So you're left with this little portly body. Go ahead and extend the legs up. Bring the arms forward. And you're going to reach, once again, reach in there. You can kind of use the weapons to reach in and grab his hands. So you can see, kind of just line it up and pull the hand out. And he's a bit part form because, yeah, the head does. Technically, you don't have to take the head off and part form it, but it's easier to do so. So you're going to flip the head out of the middle of the turret, peg it onto the back, flip it down, and there you have his head. And there's all three of them in robot mode. Now, the only figure I had on hand is this. Here he's next to Armada Demolisher. So you can see they're about deluxe size. One's a little shorter and the other two are a bit taller. And because he's also here, let's put him next to Goldie Dragon, who's much bigger. And let's get Demolisher out here. So these are pretty interesting little knockoffs. Ooh. Down to their gimmicks, they've basically been copied from their Brave series counterparts. Yeah, they each have a gimmick, which we'll show in a little bit. As far as this one goes, he has all kinds of cool stuff because you do still have the drills you can put on top, back on top of his shoulders. And I tend to give him the axe here. He looks like he's a big guy who would like come slamming down with the axe. But he also has, if you press down the little switch, titty cannons. Tommy tits. There we go. We're going to call them Tommy gun tits. Yeah, pretty weird. Then you come back here, and these flip up too. And yeah, this is not hold on at all. Yeah, see, that just comes right off. And then his legs collapse. He is kind of fun, but he has a lot of problems. He can also fold his hands away, take one of the drills, give him drill hands. Like how that Sonic cartoon. So you can give him pretty weaponized. I mean, he's got drill hands he could shoot the drills off from, got Tommy gun tits, and he got laser cannons of doom. And also the melee weapons. Set him to the side. Craze here, not bad sculpt actually, but like I said, it's just a sculpt of the actual Brave figure. His, again, once you can flip the engine block out if you so wish. I guess you could say it's like a wind cannon maybe. I'll leave it flipped out to show it. And I tend to give him the axe and the sword. This sword here, which has barely any kind of handle. So some of the figures can't even hold it well because of how short the handle is. And he has a flip gimmick, but it's more for his combined mode, as we saw before these things do combine. And I tend to give him the rapier. Articulation-wise, none of their legs do anything really. Well, his kind of do, but we'll get to that in a moment. The arms all just do the swivel and then elbow. His head doesn't do anything. Craze is a bit better. He does have knees, but no real hip. He can't move his hips at all. His arms, shoulders do not move, but he does have elbows. And his head is the only one that swivels. And then Jetter here, he's the only one that actually gets real leg movement, because he could use this as his hip or his knee. His arm does not go outward. They do have shoulder joints and a double elbow, which is for his transformation to his combined mode. And enough at the head, but he can like kind of look downward. Oh yeah, and you might notice this little plastic piece here. Thing is, there's a clip on the bottom side of his arm for his combined mode. And at first I thought they just put the clip piece on upside down, but once they took him apart, I realized they didn't take it on upside down. They gave him two of his left clip joints. So his other arm was using the same clip that this one was using. And he couldn't fold up in the robot mode the right way with that clip there. I couldn't flip it around because of how they were molded. So I just had to basically break the clip off in order to actually transform them. He doesn't have a clip to hold it right in robot mode. You can see where the plastic started breaking from me trying to get the screws off. So he's just a little bit of a mess here. But what do you expect from cheap Chinese toys? So yeah, that's their robot modes. They're pretty neat and they're pretty accurate to their real counterparts. But let's get into their mighty combined mode. Go ahead and fold the guns back away. Make sure they're tucked in all the way or else they get stuck. Take the drills, put them back on top of his shoulders. Yeah, his legs go ahead and collapse down anyway, so I was just going to do that. Come to the back, go ahead and remove all this. Fold the guns and head back on into it like this. Make sure the legs are collapsed and the arms are folded back up, like this. Turn them around, fold the treads to the back. Take these little yellow pieces, fold them up for his shin guards, and just rip the whole robot in half to give him his legs. Then take Craze here, take away his weapons. Go ahead and fold the hands in. Straighten them out and line them back up with his shoulder guards. Flip the head around. Have them collapse back in. I prefer to have the orange on the back. And fold up his feet. Fold these back on like this. Keep them separated to keep his legs right. And these will just simply clip on there. And every time I do is clip it, feels like it's going to break. And if it eventually does, I won't be surprised. If you're wondering, this set was $15, which might sound really expensive for a knockoff, but considering the actual figure is about $500, I'm not going to complain. Now, finally, take Jetter here, who's the most complex. He forms the arm and the head. So, come back here, flip this panel up, take his head, bring it on back, and just have it sit on his back like this. Arms, have the shoulder guards come down. Bring his arms forward along with the nose cone. Then when you get this far, come under here, split this to where the white parts actually split. When you get them far enough, the wings can actually come down, and the screws for the legs will actually lock the arm pieces into place. Oh wait, I gotta rotate the red parts too. I want to rotate to where the symbols are towards the front. And then bring the arms down a little bit, and that'll allow the wings to lay flat, and actually, you can see the screw holes actually lock onto either side of the white piece to hold the arms in place. So you have this. Go ahead and fold these away. Come to the side, you see these little push pins kind of things. Push them down and make the fist slide out. Same with this slider here. Really nice to have these weapons because they really do help with some of the transformations. You can see you're left with this mess. Take the arms, and this is where I have to break the clips because you need to use a double elbow to fold the arms all the way up and out of the way. Make sure you lift the little shoulder guards out of the way because now you can combine these two. How this is going to work. Make sure you have the jet nose cone up a little bit, and this clip here, and what would normally be a clip here if the toy was built right. It's going to go to these two clip holes at the top of the cup in front of the head here. So just kind of clip those together, line it up, clip it in. Then the nose cone folds down into space here and just friction places into there. Then you can take these shoulder guard pieces and you lay flat against the car hood. The final thing you do is this is where you get to see the jet flip gimmick. There's no switch for it, but you can grab this jet piece here, the cockpit, flip it up, and then flip this little yellow piece out to give a little eagle head coming out of it. And finally come up here, bring the that flap down, and bring the crest down to form his head. And there you have your knockoff Godmax in robot mode, combined mode. And I'll be honest, he does not look bad. Besides the funky color scheme, he looks pretty good. He looks like the real deal. I will admit there's a lot of difficulties, especially with his clips and how everything sits together and some loose joints and these loose drills. But he's pretty nice in robot mode. Their weapons also combine. You might have noticed the rapiers sort of have pegholes on them. The axe has pegs on it. Due to how loose the peg is on the sword, it has to peg to the bottom for me of the axe down here. and peg the rapier to the top of the axe because those are just how it holds best for me. And his hands have much bigger holes than the robot modes did, so he really can't hold it, but it does sit in there just like that. And only the axe really sits in there. Same with the turret here. It has thanks to it having a really long peg, you can have it sitting, not really pegged in, just kind of sitting in his other hand. And as far as articulation goes, he's basically a Megazord. He has shoulders, he has outward shoulders, so a bit more than a Megazord, and he has elbows. So he actually has more articulation than most modern Megazords, but still not much. He's basically a brick except for his arms. His head can't move either. And you can certainly bring it forward, but there's no swivel to it. It's just the normal head, just with a big thinking cap. The mega thinking cap of Doom Buckethead over here. Talk about, I mean, they call Shredder a Buckethead, and this is literally like a Buckethead. But I do like it. For $15, I think I got my money's worth out of this one. Do I recommend him? For kids, no. Not with how breakable he is. Not with how easily I broke him, or how the pieces might not even be able to fit together properly. Especially without instructions. I had to look up the actual figure just to figure out what I was doing with him. For collectors, if you want to collect the Brave toys, I think I could recommend this one. I mean, for $15, it really is not a bad deal to get a Brave series figure that's normally hundreds of dollars and hard to find. But honestly, unless you're not interested in Brave series or odd little knockoff robots, not really. If you see them for $15 at your dollar store, he might be worth it. It's kind of decide if you think he looks good or not. He definitely could use a custom paint job, but he's cool looking. He's probably going to sell on my shelf. So, this has been Casey. This has been Nerdy Transformed. I hope you enjoyed my look at some more knockoffs, and let me know if you think I should do more videos like this. I kind of have fun looking at some of these knockoff figures, even if some of them are some less desired crap. Blech. But some of these more expensive knockoffs, such as Goldie Dragon and Switch Force here, are pretty nice little figures. Especially the ones I can definitely recommend are the Mars Converters. Mars Converters, so far from what I've seen, are pretty nice little figures. So, I hope you enjoyed this review. Have a good day.